avatars today. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about avatars today because I have heard that some people are getting stuck here, and I feel as though this needs to be addressed today, especially during a content planning working Zoom. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Luce, and I am basically the person that does content planning working Zooms here. I'm also a teacher. And yeah, so anyways, it's super nice to meet you guys. So during this hour, what we do is sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of a lesson, and then we're going to talk about like different types of content that we can create for the week. I put a ton of different content ideas in United We Thrive. And so you've got two different content calendars that you can plug into. There's one that Blair did as well. And then there's tons of, I did do a training on different types of posts, to do and how to kind of alternate through them. So that is a super, super helpful one. So yeah, so this is what this time is. And then usually during this hour, I give time to sit down and start to organize your week and your content. Some people, what they do is they come up with a few ideas, for what they're going to post. So they have a clear idea of where they're going, so that when it comes time to actually writing their post, they're ready to go. What's up, Ashley? Happy birthday, by the way. Again. Yeah, and then after that, basically, what we do is, and some people actually start to write their posts. And in the past, I've had some people, in the comments, go ahead and put their post, and I gave them feedback. So it's whatever you need during this time. Please do not hesitate to ask questions. This is the time to do it, okay? So, all right, so first of all, for avatars, I will tell you that I myself got stuck on this for a very long time, longer than I can even, that I even feel comfortable sharing. But honestly, I got stuck on it, and I revisited this topic multiple times. And it also stopped me from taking action and going ahead and writing content, because I was sitting there going, who am I talking to? Like, what am I going to do? Like, how I need my content to be perfect, and so on and so forth, and to talk to my person. And I don't know who my person is, and so on and so forth. And what that did is that it stopped me in my tracks, right? So if you're feeling this way too, and you're getting to the point where you want to write something and you're like, I don't know what to write, I don't have my avatar, I don't know who my avatar is, all of that stuff, I want you to take a deep breath, okay? You're going to figure it out. You will figure it out, and it will come with time, okay? I want to give you a little road or a little path to start on, okay? I want you to think about who you were prior to the Thrive experience, prior to the business itself. Like, who were you, okay? What were you all about? Literally sit down and describe yourself, version of yourself, right? Prior to this. What did you like to watch? What did you like to listen to? Like, what were your struggles? What were you struggling with? What is it that, that you love to see? What kind of content stops you in your tracks? Okay, I want you to get it all down, all of it. So I'm going to give you an example of me, okay, so that you can go ahead and you can see kind of how to go ahead, how in depth to go. So for me, I was a teacher. I'm a millennial, okay? I don't have kids yet. I do want kids. I do want to, I do want a house. I do want like all of those things in the future. I want to get married. So I went that precise. I want you to go that precise, okay? Then after that, the struggles was that I didn't love my body. I actually it came from a place of hate when I tried to lose weight, or when I tried to do something for health purposes, right? I was in a constant cycle of restrict and binge eating, right? I was sitting there exhausted at the end of my day thinking like, how am I going to keep doing this? I can't keep doing this. I'm stuck in a cycle and I can't get out, and life felt like molasses. Like literally, that is how I could think about it. That's how life was. I literally lived to sleep. I loved sleep. I could spend the entire day in my bed. And it sounds like I was super lazy, but I actually did a lot. I don't know, like I tried to do a lot anyways. I would go to work and give my all there and give my all to my students. Here's the thing. I want you to take the essence of who you were before and speak to that person. Okay? You don't have in your content, you don't have to go as specific as, didn't have kids and all that stuff, but you can speak to those struggles. Okay? You can speak to those struggles. You can speak to that woman, that man that you were prior to that. What did she need to hear? What did he need to hear? Right? What did you need to hear prior to the Thrive experience? What did you need to hear prior to this business? Speak to that person. It's almost like you're writing a letter to yourself in your content. Okay. And then think also, like when you're thinking, because there's like all kinds of different posts, right? So you have curiosity posts, and you've got entertainment posts, and you've got promotion posts, and you've got all of those types of posts. What entertained you? What did you like to watch? What made you laugh? Write it all down. Write it all down, because the person that you're speaking to is most likely going to have the exact same humor that you do. All right. For me, it was like, I'm a bit of a gamer. So I like to play Mario and like all those things, because I grew up with those things, you know what I mean? And so I was so nervous about sharing that part of myself. Like the fact that I'm a gamer, I thought people wouldn't take me seriously if they knew I was a gamer. Like, oh my gosh. But I actually went ahead and I did that, and was one of the posts that got the most engagement on it ever. Crazy, right? So think about those things. Really think about it. Really write down who that is. That is your avatar. Okay? Don't overthink it. Don't go past that. Start writing to that person. As you go, as time will pass, as you create your content, you're going to start to see people coming out of the woodwork. Okay, people who are going to start to like every single thing that you're writing, and they're, every single thing that you're putting out, or close to it. And then you're going to slowly realize that, oh, sorry about that. You're going to slowly realize that those are your people. And here's the thing is that although I'm sharing all those things and all those struggles, I'm actually like people who of all ages, you know what I mean? I'm working with people of all ages, even though I'm a millennial that's a teacher that doesn't have kids yet. Okay? People are going to learn how to trust you if you're a little bit more open about everything that you're going through, okay? Or all the things that you have went through. It's a very fine line, by the way, guys, between sharing struggles that you're or in a negative light, compared to sharing struggles as something that you're overcoming or that you have overcame. I don't know, can I say that? Yeah. My first language is French, by the way, so sometimes some words I'm making up. Okay, but basically that is the thing. Okay, so you have to look, okay, when I read this post, do I feel that I wrote, do I feel inspired, or do I feel crushed? How is this how is this leaving me? What feeling am I left with? Is that helpful? Okay. If you guys have questions, definitely please put them in the chat, okay? Do not hesitate, not even one bit. Okay, I love questions. I live for them. Okay, so let's get going with content creation. I like to work with 5 different types of posts. I like to work with engagement type posts. I like to work with entertaining posts, something funny. I did a post yesterday and I wasn't planning on it, but I took a picture like in my lounge clothes, because a big thing of mine, a big struggle has been showing up, right? And having the perfect picture and, you know, like being all perfectly done up and all that stuff. And that image that we have of what social media needs to be, right? But here's the thing is that that is very unrelatable. And I realized that we actually just need to be more of us, you know, show more of you. And so me, weekends is wearing my comfy clothes and wearing my joggers and not, you know, washing my hair and having it up in a bun and hanging out with my dogs, you know what I mean? And like watching TV or doing whatever, you know what I mean? So just be more of that, you know, just be more of you. And so, and show those parts that are maybe not perfectly polished, right? But that are you. Because people want to work with people that they know, they like, and they trust. And do you trust someone who's not being 100% honest with their audience? Not really, right? You know that there's something there that they're not saying, like you're only seeing the highlight reels and all of that stuff, right? So yesterday I took a picture of me and Onyx. I was trying to be all cute in my joggers, and Onyx looks at me with these big eyes like, I never saw him do that face before. So I was like, this is perfect for an entertaining post. Posted it. I said, what would you caption this? Right? It doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be big, right? And it can be a spur of the moment when you're doing those things. So I love to do those. Another type of post that I do every few days is definitely a curiosity post with an invite to something at the end, a call to action. I like to do some story posts. I like to do shorter value-based posts. Now, value, a lot of people get very stuck on. What is value? What is value? What is value? Value is anything that you're adding to someone's life that will inspire them, motivate them, educate them, that will bring something to them. So in the end, a post like that is not about you, it's about who you're speaking to. Right? And it's about giving the people who your audience something through your content. Okay. So I hope that helps, because I know that that was something that I definitely really struggled with whenever I first started. I was like, what is value? Like, how do you create this value-based post that everyone talks about? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So I like to do those kinds of posts too. And honestly, a curiosity post, I see it as a promotion post. Right. You want to like bring people to you. Another post that I do that is value, but I see it really as its own theme as well, is inspiring and encouraging. So maybe it's something that you've listened to on a podcast, an idea, just one. It doesn't have to be many. It just can just be one idea and something that got you to think. Maybe something, right, that would have spoke to you prior, or maybe that you wish you would have known prior to doing this, right? When you were in that environment, like who you were speaking to, right? Who you were before. Really, really fun things to get inspired by when you're writing content and you're not sure like what to write about. National holidays or national days. I know Kelly Hoover is the one that showed me that. There has been some really cool ones that I got inspired by. There was one that was like a time capsule one, right? What if you went back in time? There was one that was, I didn't do this one, but I thought about it. It was like national dress up your dog day. I don't dress up my dogs, but I thought that would be really funny for an entertainment post. You know what I mean? Like those are what I'm talking about. It's like the ideas that come to you when you see that stuff. Magazines are a great place to get some inspiration. any kind of like magazine that you like to read or has more information in there that you learn that, you know, inspires you or makes you passionate that to want to learn more. Definitely a great place to get some content ideas. Podcasts for sure, books for sure. It can all give you thoughts, right? Or give you pieces of ideas for creativity that you'll be able to pull out through your content. See content as something to have fun with. See content as something that you get to do every single day to impact someone else. We're constantly trying to put content to attract people to us, right? But what if we just had fun while doing it? And here's the thing, right? When you have fun with something that you're doing, that energy gets put into it, right? Or that feeling gets put into it. You're having more fun while writing, it's flowing better, right? Or you're having more fun while you're doing a live, it's flowing better. So think about that. Like, what do I feel like writing about today? Right? How can I make this like fun for me instead of stressful, right? All right, so I'm going to give you guys time. If you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to give you guys time to start writing some content. What I like to do is I like to put ideas in a Trello board, and then I just put ideas. And then whenever it comes to writing content, I go and I pull from that. I go see if I have an idea from that. So what I do, and I started last week, but I literally just add, like during our content planning Zooms, actually I didn't do it this last week, I did this the week before because we had Drew last week, but you know, I go ahead and I create all these kind of columns, and then under the columns I'll write my ideas. But you can do this with Post-its, you can do this with like making notes, you know. You literally go ahead and you could make yourself, you could give yourself a notebook, and you could say like, this is my January content writing notebook, you know. And then every single day you go ahead and you write some ideas that you have or things that you think about. You kind of carry it everywhere that you want with you. This is basically like having a notebook with all the ideas, you know, in there, right? Use the tool that works best for you. Don't try to, you know, learn, you know, whichever way. Every way can be efficient if it works for you, right? I was always trying to learn the newest thing. Sometimes you don't need to. Sometimes what you know works, right? So let's go ahead and let's get writing on our content. I'm going to keep this, like sharing this if you guys want to see like as I'm adding, but if you have any questions, again, how do I think of ideas for stories? So oftentimes what I'll do is in stories, I'll actually be sharing. So I always want to share a little bit about the business in my stories every single day. I also always want to be sharing, there's a bit of like a checklist that I do in my head. So I like to be sharing about the products every single day, right? If I can. If I forget, then I know that the next day I have to do it. But in the morning, as soon as I wake up, I share the capsules without showing the package, because I want curiosity, right? I want people to say, what is this? Instead of Googling it themselves. I want them to come to me, right? Because I'm their source of information. So basically capsules, show the capsules. Then step 2, I show my shake, right? Or I'll go ahead and I'll pour my shake, and that'll be a story, right? And some days I decide I want to go ahead and share what's in the shake. And some days I just show the shake, you know? And then you want to show also things that you put in place that are healthy habits, right? Healthy habits that you have, such as maybe you work out, maybe you go for walks, maybe self-care things like that, right? Because we as thrivers are people who are working to have a healthier life, right? We want to have a healthier, a happier life. So show those things, right? Show those things that you do. Show your journal writing, show your devotions. If you do devotions in the morning, show, you know what I mean? All of those things. You could share a quote that you read in your devotion. I have this little calendar that's like, you're a badass, right? And every day they tell me something new. I've been sharing one of those things every few days, something that whenever I like them. I was just sharing a picture of them, and then I decided to make, like, I started to make little stories. So I think on the days where I can make the actual story slide, I'll do it. But on days where I can't and I'm pressed for time, I'll just show the picture, like the thing itself, right? The page itself. Then what else do we put in there? We can put, so just there, just with that content right there, you've got yourself like 4 or 5 slides, right? Then after that, you can go ahead and you share a little bit about the business. Right now, I think everyone should be sharing about the business in their stories, for sure, 100%, because of what's going on. I mean, the next 4 months, we should all be sharing more about the business, right? And the product for sure. Because the product is something that really, like, some people start with the product, and I've had some people start with the business. It just all depends where they're at, right? But definitely, if you haven't shared about the business yet, this is something to do. When I didn't have any success myself, I shared other people's success, other people's journeys. And how I did it was I said, look at this, look at this real estate agent, you know, what she was able to do. I learned their story, and I share their story without saying the word thrive, without saying any of that stuff, right? But maybe there's a real estate agent that's going to watch the story and be like, wait, that's me. Like, I want that. You know? I think something that someone told me once about stories is showing up in your stories every single day, videoing yourself talking, because they need to see you. They need to see your face. So that's something else I try to do every day. Doesn't always happen, right? Life happens. But that's definitely something that you can do every day. Okay? I hope that gives you some idea. So think inspiration. It's the same kind of content that we follow here. Something funny, something inspiring, you know, your healthy habits that you have put in place, drinking your water, you know, and don't underestimate the power of sharing simple habits like water and walking and, you know, being consistent with those things and stuff like that. It's inspiring to a lot of people because a lot of people are not drinking their water right now. A lot of people are not getting their walks in. A lot of people are not, you know what I mean? Because life is tough right now. Yeah. And I create my stories with Canva. I've also gotten some templates, some like done templates that I use and I just plug into. Also, you should be doing this once a week or twice a week. Put in your stories, do you have any questions for me? Ask me anything. So sometimes I have no questions, and sometimes, so what I do is I write questions that people would have or people have asked me in the past, and I'll answer them because you never know who's watching your stories, you know what I mean? Like someone, like maybe they didn't see that story, you know? So you could go ahead and write questions that you've had in the past, or you could go and what's going to happen is that at one point someone's going to ask a question, like someone is actually going to ask you a question in it. That happened to me yesterday. Okay. And then share your answer in another slide. And you can share it either by talking on video or writing it. And you could always save the questions for another time too, if you get more. All right, I'm going to stop talking so you guys can get to working. Yes, I pay for Canva. I wanted the pro, but the regular version is just as good. but I wanted the pro for the branding. And branding is very simple. It's just literally like pick two big popping colors and two lighter highlight colors. That's it. That's all that branding is, really, honestly. Like, and then you just make it that all your content is the same kind of colors. That's it. I mean, there's more branding than that. I said that's it, but there's more to branding than that. It's like the feeling that you give people whenever they come to see you. It's what you leave people with when they come and see your content. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like what you're known for. So go ask 3 of your friends, you know, what do you see me as? Like, give me like 5 different traits that you see in me, or 3 or whatever. And then they'll tell you like what they think when they think of you. And then they'll tell you, and that's exactly what your brand is. Yes, I linked my Instagram to my Facebook, and I literally, as soon as I put it on my Instagram, it links to Facebook, and I don't even have to think about it anymore. And I like the things that they have on Instagram, like all the extra little bits and pieces that they have, type of thing. Ooh, you guys need to know this. So what I do, so let's say you decide that you want 2 bright colors and 2 highlight colors to represent you. And that those are the colors that you're always going to be using. So what that means is that when people are watching your stories, when people are coming to your profile, like especially on Instagram, they're going to be like, oh yeah, that's that girl, or that's that guy, you know? And so they're going to immediately associate those colors to you. Okay. And that's good because that's like, you know. So anyways, one thing that you can do is you can save in your pictures, like your branding colors in a separate album. And then when you go to you know, do a video and you want to write what you're saying in the video, you can select the sticker with the camera option, pick the image with your branding colors, and then you can actually turn the color of your text in one of your branding colors. Yeah, I don't use business page. I don't use a business page because it's, you know, in order to be seen on a business page, you have to pay to play. And I just really don't want to go there. You know, and I think that we can build this business organically. We have so many cool things that we know, you know, like using Facebook groups and all of that stuff, like the things that we are taught just in this team, you know, connection and networking and getting to know people and just having those conversations. This business is completely possible to be built without having to pay for ads or anything like that, you know. And on top of that, it gets kind of icky whenever you go into ads, especially when we're talking about like a product, you know. There's some things like you have to watch what you say and how you say it, and like, or else it violates standards, and it's very there's a lot of like, you know. Hey, so you would like kind of like the Trello board with the columns kind of written out with, is that what you're,
Yeah, I like your columns, like your topics, and then you put all your ideas underneath them. I think I just struggle with keeping organized that way, and it looks really,
you like,
it looks good. Good job.
thank you. I've tried multiple different ways. This was not the first try, but yes, I can go ahead and make this, this, wait a second. How could I'll duplicate it. No, yes. Okay. I can keep these. Do you want me to keep these in there?
Like
This
your
is more
personal
like,
topics? No, you don't have
yeah,
to do your personal stuff. I just like how you have, I guess, how it's
oh,
organized and set up and the different, like your topic ideas and your live video topics. So I can then fill my own stuff in because I
yeah,
guess I struggle with trying to figure all that stuff out. And then,
the organization piece of it. Do you want?
yes,
I'll keep the. Do you want me to keep the national holidays in there?
sure.
It's,
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
it's the ones I liked, so I don't know. But there's more than that. There's tons of different ones. I'll archive the reels. I'll keep the promotion things in there because those are things that we can all use. Whoops, did I? What? No, no, no. And then I can take these off. Oh no, undo. I went to the,
Oh my gosh, never mind. You don't have to do it. I'm afraid you're gonna like lose all your stuff.
you know what? I archived it so I can find them somehow, some way. I will find them. So just make sure that you create a copy of this whenever you grab it, because if you start to input in here, what's going to happen is that everyone's going to be able to see your topic ideas. So just make sure that when you receive this link, guys, that you go and you click show menu and you click more and then copy board and create, that'll make your own copy of it. Just name it something different so that you know that that's yours, you know, and maybe you can write your name in front of it. When you click copy board, just make sure to select like a team other than United We Thrive. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make it public. And I'm gonna, here, I'll put it here. Let me know if that works. And then maybe I can put it in United We Thrive somewhere too. I'm gonna go check if there's a space I can put it in. Should I put it in using social media effectively or how to stay organized?
There's a unit that Kelly Hoover posted her Trello training in. 13, 17, something like that.
Okay. Trello training, Unit 11. Okay.
Super close.
You were super close. You were super. Okay, I'm gonna call this Trello content creation. Yay, it worked. Awesome. You'd post it in both? Okay. I don't know where I posted. Okay, posted. Hey, I just realized it's 9:30, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you all next week for another content planning Zoom. Bye.